chops, pork chops, catfish, short ribs, and all the fixins. Collard greens, mac and cheese, yams, red beans, black-eyed peas, and more. And of course, hot water cornbread, satisfying drinks, and delicious desserts. Lonnell's is a great place for brunch, lunch, or dinner. If it's good enough for us, it's good enough for you, because we've got your black. So, head on over to Lonnell's Soul Food Cuisine at 8501 South Vermont Avenue in Los Angeles and tell Lonnell you heard about it on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is Mindful Mondays with Saharah Ali on KBLA Talk 1580.
What a great way to start our week. She is a meditation instructor. She's a yoga teacher, a sound healer, sound bath specialist. She is an astrologer and a life coach and so much more. Saharah Ali is joining us for Mindful Monday. Hi, Saharah.
Thank you, Dominique. Good morning. And good morning, KBLA family. Thank you so much. You're always so kind and sweet. And welcome to Mindful Monday, where we get our minds right for the week by setting positive intentions to honor our mind and body through meditation, prayer, and affirmation as we step unapologetically into our week, being on purpose with faith, power, wisdom, and truth. Our celestial influences this week is Mars moving into Virgo on Wednesday until August 6th. Shifting consciousness, enhancing the need to be on purpose. Mars is known for its association with war and action, and it encounters Virgo, the sign of perfection and analytical thinking. This combination sets the stage for transformative collective empowerment. This transit acts as a divine nudge, urging us to embrace our inner strength while discarding outdated narratives no longer serving our highest good. Mars in Virgo compels us to act with intention, redefining our values and aspirations so they align with the clarity of our soul's wisdom. It's a cosmic call to nurture ourselves and our community, fostering growth through haste, but through thoughtful discernment, channeling life force energy towards collective evolutionary actions. Expanding our inner vision, and the cosmic power of Mars in Virgo creates a powerful combination of action and intelligence all in one stride. Goes to say, what we value gets done. And I know that was a lot, but the bottom line is what we value gets done. And we benefit by knowing the mind is our tool of survival, an instrument that allows us to understand, discover, and evolve. The call to action is to put our minds and wills to focus on the manifestation of what we want, not what we don't want. And we gain insight and power by reframing how we use our will and power, both physically and emotionally. Under this Mars and Virgo transit, the question is, are we leveling up? Are we leveling up to our fullest potential, personally and collectively? So going forward with our KBLA Mindful Monday meditation, bring your awareness to your breath and bring your intention to leveling up. Breathe, relax, and be on purpose in this moment, opening your heart, opening your mind, opening your spirit, allowing relaxation to embrace your entire being, and breathe in love. Breathe in love from the Most High, anchoring yourself, grounding yourself. And as you exhale, call on your angels and your ancestors as we surrender to the wholeness within us, to the wholeness of this planet, to the wholeness of our being. And breathe. Just breathe. Breathe, be in here, right now, ready to receive clarity of your purpose, your marching orders as we open ourselves to being on purpose, to being in our truth. Relax, let go, surrender, and breathe. Breathe, embracing unconditional love. Breathe, listening to your soul's wisdom. Relaxing and listening with an open heart. Listening to your marching orders. Breathe, open to receive insight and truth. Allowing yourself to embrace change. Breathe and be committed to doing and being unapologetic and open to progressive consciousness and to stand for wholeness, to stand for light, to stand for truth. And just breathe and relax and center yourself and ground yourself and open your heart. Open your heart to empowerment. Open yourself to receive the celebration of your best life. And most of all, open yourself to be used as a catalyst to support the change that is happening on this planet at this time. And breathe, integrating your wholeness, quieting your mind, quieting your body, to embrace spirit, to embrace your truth, allowing yourself to relax and surrender, and just be still for a moment. Be still in this time and space, connecting to your breath. And in this stillness, allow your heart and mind to open and to listen to our Mindful Monday affirmation for the week. Today, with grace, I stand unapologetically in my power, receptive to the Most High's will to be done with ease. Today, with grace, I stand unapologetically in my power, receptive to the Most High's will to be done with ease. Check in with yourself. Are you ready? Are you ready to step into your power? Are you ready to be receptive to the Most High's will to be done in your life, right here, right now, with ease? Are you willing to stand unapologetically? Sit with that. Relax and breathe. Center yourself, ground yourself, bringing your awareness back to present time and giving yourself permission to be unapologetic, to open yourself to grace, to stand in your power, and to be receptive to the Most High's will to be done in your life with ease. Just breathe, open your eyes, center yourself, anchor yourself, and come back to present time. Today, before I close, I want to share the historical value of this Mars and Virgo transit because it is a part of what we are seeing as a collective. In 1965, Mars was in Virgo when Dr. King marched on Selma, Montgomery, which opened a whole space of empowerment for us. And so we are in that same frequency. And so it's real important to think about, what are we standing for? What are we willing to allow? And Dr. Molina was just on the air, and she was expressing that we have to look out for each other. And it is so important that we not only look out for each other, but we also set in place a value system of who we are willing to be in this time of space of change and how we're willing to level up. As we witnessed over the weekend, everybody on a global level standing up and coming out and, protesting No King's Day. And it was one of the biggest protests ever in the United States, from what I hear.
Yep.
But this is just a prelude of what's yet to come and how we as people have to come together and stand in this collective consciousness, which the seeds have already been planted. And so now we have to stand and stand in those trees, carry those trees, and stand bold and continue not to black down and to do the right thing and to be unapologetic and be progressive in the wisdom and the truth of who we are as people. We shall not be moved.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful, thinking about the same transit for Dr. King. Dr. King, of course, was a Capricorn. I think Dr. Molina is Virgo, as is Tavis, speaking of that Virgo energy. But my question is also just to take a second to reflect on 4 years. On Thursday, Juneteenth, will be the 4-year birthday of KBLA. And, of course, most small businesses go down after 2 years. We're now at 4. They say if you make it past 5, you're probably here to stay. So calling on the KBLA delegation to, tell a friend, subscribe, like, follow, comment, engage with us, come to our parties, all of those things. And I was just wondering if you have a reflection on the 4th birthday, which is Thursday, of KBLA.
I think it's very beautiful that, the dream weaver of KBLA, Tavis Smiley, is a Virgo, and Mars is going across his sun, and he gets to celebrate 4 years of building something. And the mantra is, build it and they will come. And when they come, you feed them. And KBLA has been feeding people for 4 years, and we want to feed people for 4 more years and 4 more years and 4 more years. And thanks to you and Miles and all the people who have built and sacrificed and focused and put in sweat equity to make KBLA what it is, I am so grateful to be a part of it, and I am so proud of the journey, and I am so excited for what's yet to come. Because the celestial influences are saying we are here and we are unapologetic and we will not black down.
Well, thank you for being part of all 4 years, Saharah Ali. And folks, if you want to come, KBLA1580.com, that's the website. There's still seats. There's still a few seats left for all 4 events. All 4 events are free. And all you have to do is go and let us know you're coming at KBLA1580.com. If you're coming to the barbecue on Thursday, we're asking everyone to bring a food or grocery chain gift card. So we're still helping out those folks who have been displaced by the Altadena fire. And sadly, there are still quite a few of those. We're really grateful for anything you can do. And we definitely are happy if you can come and celebrate with us. You can pick one event or all 4, KBLA1580.com. All you have to do is put your email in and stuff and let us know you will be joining us this week. And again, Saharah Ali, thank you so much for all that you've done to make this a successful project here that we're building in KBLA. If you want to go a little further than we go on Mindful Monday, maybe get a private sound bath or sound healing or yoga instruction, or find out about how you can participate in one of the sound baths or yoga classes that are going on, you can call Elise, which is Saharah's assistant, at 213-628-9783, 213-628-9783, or you can visit saharahali.com. And thank you again, Saharah.
Thank you, Dominique, and thank you, KBLA family. Have a blessed, positive week, and remember, level up. Level up.
Level up. Level up now by calling me 800-920-1580. Want to talk about it? I do. KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You ready?
Somebody make some noise in this joint.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates its 4th anniversary this year on Juneteenth.
Here we go again.
Hard to believe 4 years has gone by so fast.
Oh my God.
But here we are, still standing, still loving and serving our people as best we can.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
To celebrate our 4th anniversary, we have 4 big events, and you're invited to all of them.
She got a lot to say.
Let's do this.
Let's get it on.
On Wednesday, June 18th, we go live on C-SPAN for the 2nd consecutive year with our Climate Justice plus Black Health Symposium. Tavis Smiley will moderate an all-star panel of thinkers and influencers as we continue our vitally important climate justice work.
Hey, Tavis Smiley, talk about.
On Thursday, June 19th, you're invited to join us as we celebrate Juneteenth and our 4th anniversary. There will be plenty of food, fun, great music, good vibes, and all of your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts will be there.
Yeah, man.
Flip the beat. On Saturday, June 21st, there are 2 big events you're invited to attend.
I can't wait to hear it.
This year, KBLA Talk 1580 continues its annual partnership with the Empowerment Congress for a community celebration and dialogue to educate, engage, and empower. This year's theme is resilience in the face of chaos.
Can't wait to see what's up next.
Y'all ain't ready for this.
And new this year is our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium, moderated by Dominique DiPrima, with a luncheon to follow. Dominique will be leading a dialogue with some of the most impactful Black women leaders in Los Angeles, and you're invited to join.
This is it.
All of these events are free, but seating is limited, so you must register in advance at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can find all the details you need about each event.
Check it out.
It's our 4th anniversary, and we would love to celebrate it with you.
I love you guys so much. There's nothing you can do about it.
We're KBLA Talk 1580.
The only black talk radio station west of the Mississippi.
Thank you for having our black.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
Love you.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Being a woman, a black woman at that, in this white man's world, sometimes we overlook the fact that we be ride hard now since we don't be knowing the pain we be causing. This white man's world, this white man's world. I ain't saying I'm innocent at all this. I'm just saying this white man's world, this song is to y'all. For all those times that I mess up or we mess up. Dear sister, got me twisted up in prison, I miss you. Crying, looking at my nieces and my nephew's picture. They say don't let this cruel world get you. Kinda suspicious, swearing one day you might leave me for somebody that's richer. Twist the cap off the bottom, I take a sip and see tomorrow. Gotta make it if I have to beg a bottle. Reading love letters late night, locked down and quiet. If brothers don't receive they mail, best believe we ride. Eating Jack Mac, staring at the walls of silence inside this cage when it captured all my rage and violence. In time I learned a few lessons, never fall for riches. Apologies to my true sisters, far from this white man. Help me raise my black nation, reparations are due. It's true, caught up in this world, I took advantage of you. So tell the babies how I love them, precious boys and girls, born black in this white man's world. And all I heard was, one thing they ever did wrong was being born black in this white man's world. All my little black sisters, born black in this white man's world.
Happy birthday, Pac. Rest in peace, gone but never forgotten, Tupac Shakur. His birthday is today. It's Gemini season, y'all. Happy birthday to Ice Cube, by the way. Cube's birthday was yesterday. Man, it's Gemini season, my favorite time of year. And I miss Tupac still. Probably always will. 800-920-1580, the number to call. The president, also a Gemini, sadly. Hey, he can talk too, whether you like what he's saying or not. Some folks do. And his birthday was Friday. He turned 79. He had himself a big old military parade. What I'm reading, they had hardly any bathrooms. Luckily, there weren't too many people there, but apparently the bathrooms were spread out far and few between, and there were just a few measly food trucks with long, long lines, because apparently the 250 people who did show up all wanted to eat at the same time. So, it looks like a pretty big flop of 45 million around there flop. The Pentagon saying they're going to pick up the tab, but those are still taxpayer dollars, because who pays for the Pentagon? You do, we do, I do. Somewhere between 250 and 250,000 people attended the parade. Of course, the White House is saying 250,000. I didn't see that. I looking at those bleachers, there were lots of seats. Way more people went to see Kendrick in Toronto than went to see the military parade. That said, it is going to cost what it costs, because that's, just an expensive endeavor. And meanwhile, at least 4 million people marched in No Kings demonstrations across the country, protesting against the Trump administration, their policies, their immigration policies, their policies in general, and that actual parade. A lot of people were carrying signs clowning the parade and calling him Commander Bone Spurs, because, of course, the president claimed that he had bone spurs. He used that excuse to get out of military service. Let's go to Markeisha calling us from the city of Compton. Good morning, Markeisha.
Hi. I had called in on Friday to just honor my dad, and because of what I had said, I just wanted to paint a clearer picture and be more fair to the elders in my life. No one denied me information about my dad, and they did. I don't know if you remember my call.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I want to make sure this is not a hostage video. It sounds like like the elders got mad. What do you mean we don't give you information about your dad?
You might be in your 40s, but we're with you. Yeah.
Yeah. So Markeisha, is there a gun to your head right now?
No.
Okay.
No,
just
there's
check.
not a gun to my head or a peach tree switch to my leg.
Okay, just checking.
So, nobody denied me information about my dad, and there was a definite effort to have his presence in the house. When I was growing up,
yeah.
My dad was a hunter, and so even though it was kind of eerie, I grew up walking past a deer head from one of his hunts.
Right.
Yeah, he liked to take photographs, and he had very nice cameras. So those were in the house. He liked to smoke a tobacco pipe. And so, I remember looking at that, and I could pick that up whenever I wanted to, and it had his teeth marks in it. So I was like, oh, those are my dad's teeth marks. They kept his wristwatch, and it was permeated with the scent of his cologne. So I remember that. His wedding band, which by age 13, because I'm kind of thick, I could fit his wedding band by the time I was 13, so I would put that on. And then there were, he had a really nice headshot. So that was there, and then just different things. And nobody offered really information, but if I asked, they would give short answers.
Yeah, I mean, we get
elders,
the idea. We get we get the picture. I'm sorry, what were you saying with elders? What?
Oh, at least the elders in my life, they kind of feel like you can't go back.
Mm-hmm.
So, that, and they kind of just had to deal with whatever pains came their way.
Yeah.
So they just dealt with it and, like, moved on. But if I asked, they would, you know, give a short answer. But, like, nobody initiated, like, really conversations about my dad.
Understood.
So I'll say
Understood.
that. They didn't deny me information if I asked, but nobody really initiated conversations. So that's a better picture.
Okay, I gotcha. How was your Father's Day this year?
It was okay, good and bad. I will say this though. I feel like my dad let me know that he was, you know, looking in, peeking through the clouds of heaven because he loved Corvettes. And so right when I was thinking about him, when I was driving an old school bus yellow Corvette pulled next to me.
Aww.
And then later on, I was in the parking lot of a gym, and this guy called out to his friend and was like, "Did you hear me, Marcus?" And his name was Marcus. So I just kind of smiled to myself, and I was like, "Okay, Dad, thanks for letting me know you're here."
Yeah.
So.
And hey, if you make the elders mad enough, you might get more information than you know what to do with. We told you this, and we told you that, and what do you mean we didn't tell you anything? Just get out a pen and take notes. Thank you for calling in and following up, Markeisha, and glad to celebrate your papa with you on this Father's Day.
Thank you.
Markeisha called 800-920-1580, and I invite you to do the same. I'm Dominique DiPrima, and you're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Alexandria Ikamoni with BIN News Now. The man accused of killing a Minnesota state lawmaker is in custody. Vance Bolter was captured alive after being spotted on a camera. He's accused of killing state lawmaker Melissa Hortman and her husband.
We are confident that the violence that he committed and the murders he committed and the attempted murders, that he conducted that activity alone. We will be exploring if there are any broader network. We have not uncovered any of that at this time, but that will be part of our investigation, and we will fully explore that.
He's also accused of shooting and wounding Democratic Senator John Hoffman and his wife. The prosecution may rest its case this week in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial. Prosecutors say they're likely to wrap up their case against him before Friday. People across the country will be celebrating Juneteenth throughout the week. Juneteenth is on June 19th. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Fans going to Dodger Stadium tonight to see the Dodgers and San Diego will see something they have not seen in almost 2 years. Shohei Ohtani will be the Dodgers starting pitcher. Ohtani, a two-time MVP with the Angels, is making his first pitching appearance since August 23, 2023. Ohtani was prevented from pitching while recovering from major shoulder surgery in the fall of 2023. The Dodgers beat San Francisco Sunday 5-4. Ohtani was 3 for 3 at the plate and scored 2 runs. The Angels were swept in their 3-game series at Baltimore. They lost 11-2 on Sunday. The Angels start a 4-game series tonight in New York against the Yankees. The NBA Finals resume tonight with Game 5 in Oklahoma City. OKC and the Indiana Pacers are tied at 2-2 in the best of 7. TV ratings for the NBA Finals are down 20% from last year after 4 games. Tip-off time tonight is 5:30 on ABC. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Catch Prep is now enrolling for summer credit recovery in fall 2025. As South Los Angeles' top-performing high school in English, math, and college access, Catch Prep is welcoming all 9th through 12th graders to enroll now. Catch Prep offers a small, supportive, and safe learning environment to help all students succeed, so that all students feel valued, respected, and motivated to reach their full potential. For the past 20 years, Catch Prep has helped more students of color gain admission to top-tier universities, with our graduating seniors earning a total of $3 million in scholarships, more than any other school in Los Angeles. We are dedicated to helping all students turn your college dreams into reality. Catch Prep is now enrolling. Visit us online at catchhighschool.com or call 323-293-3917. Space is limited. Please enroll now for summer credit recovery and fall 2025. Call 323-293-3917 or enroll today at catchhighschool.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
May 6th was World Asthma Day, and it's a critical time to raise awareness about your asthma. Did you know that Black Americans are approximately 5 times more likely than white Americans to visit the emergency department due to their asthma? Managing your asthma is possible with regular checkups, avoiding known triggers, using prescribed medications correctly, and creating an asthma action plan with your healthcare professional. An action plan is a personalized plan you create with your doctor that shows you what to do and what medications to take to help control your asthma when you're having a hard time breathing or having an asthma attack. Stay aware. Have a plan because your health matters. For more tips and resources on managing your asthma, visit luma-edu.com. luma-edu.com. This message is brought to you by Amgen and AstraZeneca.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
To live in John, LA, West Side, West Side, West Side. To live in Don, LA, where everybody try to fatten their pockets. So many hustle for the cash, so it's hard to knock it. Everybody got their own thing, currency chasing. Worldwide through the hard times, worrying faces. Shed tears as we bury brothers close to heart. What was a friend, now a ghost in the dark. Hard part about it, brother got smoked by a fiend. Trying to floss on him, blind to a broken man's dream. A hard lesson, court cases keep them guessing. Plea bargain ain't an option now, so I'm stressing. Cost me more to be free than a life in the pen. Making money over cuss words, writing again. Learn how to think ahead, so I fight with my pen. Late night down sunset, like in the sin. What's the worst they could do to a player? Got me lost in hell. To live and die in LA on bail. My people say to live and die in LA. To live and die in LA.
Happy birthday, Pac. Happy heavenly birthday to the one and only Tupac Shakur. And man, still fighting the same fights on these streets, it feels like, all these years later. 800-920. Yeah, we might have to turn that back up for a second.
I observed so many homies getting 3 strikes, tossed in jail. Sweat a pen right across from hell. I can't cry cause it's home now. I'm just a player on his own now, living life thug style. So I can't smile, writing to my loved ones, sending them pictures, thinking Cali just sun and switches. Better learn about the dress code, B's and C's. All them other suckers copycats, these is G's. I love Cali like I love women, cause every brother in LA got a little bit of thug in them. We might fight amongst each other, but I promise you this, we'll tear the roof off just piss to live and die in LA.
What? We might fight amongst each other. 800-920-1580. I think it was Jill Monroe talking about whether or not Tupac should have been on the list of the 10 best LA rappers of all time. Don't really have an opinion about that because I don't claim to be on the committee of any of these lists, number one. And number two, what certifies a person of being from LA? I mean, we know he was from Maryland, he was from Marin City, he was from Oakland, he was from LA. I just put him on the best lists of artists of all time, best lists of entertainers of all time. But I don't know. Do you have an opinion about that, Miles?
Not really. I mean, you know, LA got their recruits in every sense of the word. So I don't blame people who don't put Pac on, but I don't blame people who do put Pac on either, though. So,
right, because what makes an Angelino? That's a tricky question.
More importantly, his thumbprint's bigger than a lot of the people from here's thumbprint ever will be. So, you know, it'd be like that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, well, I can count on one hand the number of rap artists whose pictures I've seen on T-shirts in Africa.
Right, exactly.
Tupac is one of those.
Exactly.
Nipsey is one of those.
Exactly, yeah. Kendrick's one of them.
Kendrick and NWA.
NWA, yeah.
NWA, so all of them. Those are the only ones I have seen with my own eyes on shirts in Africa. Yeah. Not saying that's the ultimate, but it's certainly one measure. Because if you can get to a T-shirt in Lagos, you know what I mean, or Dar es Salaam, you're really doing something.
Exactly.
Yep. But anyway, rest in peace, Pac. I don't really love those lists anyway, because I feel like, I was talking with a friend about this, I feel like people they say what they think they're supposed to say.
So?
Yeah, or what they think makes them look good or something.
I mean, I think, too, we get a lot of people that have kind of been waiting on their chance to get their hate off and get their, you know, they've been saying they've been going along with the politically correct list for so long. Now they finally get the chance to, you know, hate and get they jabs off at certain people.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I think that for some reason there's a whole wave of Tupac hate that has been unleashed online. And maybe they are sort of the time release haters. I also wonder if it's a political thing, because if you really follow Pac and you really pay attention, he comes from the legacy of the Black Panther Party and the Oakland political progressive movement, and in a time when, you know, we're recruiting rap artists to stand for Trump, it makes sense that there would be some moves afoot to try to discredit him.
Right. You know, and that stance of what Tupac was probably intimidated these people back then as well, and it's just been suppressed. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, stay intimidated, because people still love Pac.
Exactly.
I think, you know, Kendrick put it really well. You know, Oakland is not here for that.
I've seen people get hands put on them over Tupac.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're still not here for that. So it's not safe. Haters, go back in your holes. It's not safe.
Don't get slapped up.
I mean, that's not a threat, it's an observation. from Oakland to, you know, from Oakland to South LA, he still has love, and I believe he always will. So rest in peace, Pac. It's just, I never thought I would see these times where we're weaponizing artists on, you know, in service of the oppression of the communities that those artists come from. Not just in terms of their being Black or Latinx, Latino, but in terms of their economic status, right? Because hip hop has always stood for the working class and the poor, and people who don't have a voice or an automatic platform. And even though everybody theoretically has a platform now because of social media, we also know people buy followers, they buy influence, and so it remains the working class and the under-resourced communities that have that need for advocacy, which hip-hop has often provided. And I know, you know, I know there's all kinds of different entertainment, just like there's all kinds of different movies, there's all kinds of different rap music. Some of it is just strictly party music or whatever. I used to always argue with one particular former friend about that. Oh, no, all that conscious is out. The message is out. It's all about the party now. It's all about the hoes now. It's all about, well, okay. But that's your opinion. It's just like, any form of entertainment. We all have always had more enriching content and more less enriching content, or content that has a job to do, which is to distract you, to demoralize you, to make you a better and better consumer. So those arguments, those positions, they're not anything new. It's always been that way. It's just that it feels like we have less easily accessible options because the labels are pushing more and more stuff that doesn't serve us. But by its nature, Black culture in any genre is always going to find workarounds and ways to get our messages out. And I believe that the streets influence hip hop just as much as hip hop influences the streets, and it's a cycle. Right now, we've got people marching. 4 million, I understand, at least 4 million. That's the official tally, which means it was probably more like 6. But whatever it was millions of people marching in the streets this weekend. In the No Kings rallies, they call them No Kings rallies, because people feel that this president, this term, is moving like an imperial leader, like an emperor or a king, and not a democratically elected president, and that election itself being suspect. But okay, so according to the Huffington Post, it's 6 million. NBC said 4 million. Maybe it was really 8 million. I don't know. It's a lot of people. It's much more than what we saw in the first term. The crowdsource estimate from 538 former editorial director G. Elliott Morris says 6 million, and that's what Huffington Post is using in their article. And this was data collected by different independent journalists. It's not an official tally, he says, but he feels that it's the most comprehensive one currently available. The ACLU, which is one of the groups behind the No Kings demonstrations, estimated 5 million. NBC said 4 million. You would be off by 2 million. We know it was millions. We know that. This group called the Crowd Counting Consortium is one of the sources that they used for this 6 million figure. There have already, one thing we know for sure is that there have already been 3 times as many political protests so far in the Trump term than there were in his 2016 reign of terror. So regardless of the actual head count, the number of organized demonstrations resisting his policies is 3 times more than we saw in 2016 by the same time in his term. There have been 15,396 political protests in 2025 since Trump's inauguration. Okay, it's not even June 20th yet. So that's 6 months, 15,000, almost 15,400 protests in 6 months. There were 5,000 by this time in 2017. And they are protesting not just immigration, but his damage, really, that is being done to the Constitution. The Women's March, they said, was somewhere between 3.3 and 5 million people. But it looks like this past weekend, the No Kings March, those marches were higher. That's 1.8% of the U.S. population. That's a whole bunch of people marching. It is a measuring stick of how upset people are, how ticked off they are. And although the HuffPo points out this includes some of the people that voted for him in the first place, those that never voted for him the second time, and some of those that didn't think he would go this far. But it's just, for me, it makes me wonder even more if we still know the full story of what happened with this election, especially after Elon Musk's little cryptic tweets about how Trump would not have won if it wasn't for him. According to a poll in Quinnipiac in June, 54% of registered voters disapprove of Trump's handling of the presidency. They didn't ask me. I doubt they asked you. Something tells me the numbers are a lot higher than that. But what we know for sure is millions marched this weekend at the same time that a rather pathetic military parade was going on in the president's honor. It's the perfect time to call me if you want to say something. 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. This is the place to do it. And we do have a lot to talk about. KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Every mother deserves a healthy and joyous pregnancy and birth. And every baby deserves to thrive. That's why the Los Angeles County Abundant Birth Project is here. The Abundant Birth Project is a guaranteed income program that provides cash during pregnancy to pregnant individuals at the highest risk of preterm and low birth rate babies. Although program enrollment has closed, our commitment to Black joy and thriving continues. Through tailored services that foster mental well-being and community-based resources, we provide care and support during pregnancy and after the baby is born to help build brighter futures for our families. Join us in celebrating abundant births in LA County. For more information, please visit abundantbirthproject.org. abundantbirthproject.org.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent, and the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
No warrant, no key. My privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights.
Are you ready to play? Then jump into the LA 84 Foundation's Free Playday Block Party, a community celebration for all ages, including live music, dancing, LA's pro sports teams, great local food trucks, plus special giveaways for you to take home. Enjoy an exciting, fun-filled day for the entire family. Join us Saturday, June 28th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 2141 West Adams Boulevard. To register, go to la84.org. We'll see you Saturday, June 28th at LA 84 Foundation's Free Playday Block Party.
We've got a lot to talk about.
I'm Reverend Gerald, the life coach. Is someone you love struggling with addiction and mental illness? Is improving your family's health important? Want to leave a legacy that your family can grow? Are you ready to enhance your perception of life experiences? Then wake up weekends at 7 a.m. with Urban Family Focus and get the wisdom, opportunity, resources, and motivation to live your best life. Join the conversation on Urban Family Focus Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
You got a big mouth.
Hello, Joe, you're up. Welcome.
We're unapologetically progressive, and we don't black down.
Yes, indeed. We don't. No, indeed, we don't. 800-920-1580. That's the number to call. Yeah, love the conversation in the YouTube chat about Tupac, and you can get in that in the comments section at KBLA 1580 on YouTube, where we stream every day. Paul Lee points out he passed away in his 20s, put ourselves back at that age, and even then he was so mentally and intellectually advanced. Pac always pushed for black liberation. Daniel Sirin says, I think he started becoming something he wasn't toward the end. The mob stuff and the fame, that doesn't take away his impact, just proves that nobody is immune. Well, I would say Daniel Sirin, at that time he was on the Death Row label, and he was rolling with the crew, and he was on the same page, let me put it that way. But I do know that Tupac was planning to come back, to go back to Oakland, start his own label, and do his own thing. That's what was meant to happen after Las Vegas. And I know that he was planning to focus more on the liberation of his people. I know that for sure. And for all these haters out here trying to say Pac was gay, I mean, if he was, then he, I wouldn't. Obviously, I'm not anti-LGBTQ plus. That's not the point. The point is that people are trying to say anything they can to undermine his legacy. And I never dated Pac. I knew him personally, obviously. And out of all the rap artists that I've known and interviewed and talked to and given their first break to, Pac is the only one who really went out of his way to look out for me. He really went out of his way to look out for me. And I never dated him. But I know at least one person who did. And according to her, there was nothing gay about it. He also dated Kidada Jones. They were engaged. She was with him in Vegas when he was murdered. She was at the hotel. She was with him when he died. Tupac liked really, 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 really pretty women. That's what he liked. There was never any sparks. He never asked me out. We never dated. Nothing like that. We were just friends. I knew him from my television show, Home Turf. I believe I was the first person ever to interview him on television. I believe so. Because mostly no one knew who he was when I first interviewed him. And he was always funny and kind and a jokester and creative and brilliant. But when you're a child of the movement, right, like he was, you're going to start out with more information. As children of the movement, we're exposed, even if you're dirt poor like Pac was, and, for parts of my childhood, big parts, we didn't have no money either. But we were artistically rich. There were always poets and authors and dancers and musicians around us, because that was part of the movement. That was part of the way that our parents who were activists rolled. And there were always political speeches and rallies. You grew up on picket lines and demonstrations. So some of the stuff that Tupac knew, he got as part of his upbringing, the activism. That's why I talk about children of the movement, because and no, he wasn't a rapist. Sorry, Mr. Hater in the chat. I never believed that, and I still don't. See, the haters are out. They think it's safe to go back in the water. It's not safe. It's not safe. Let's go to Ron calling from Richmond. Hi, Ron.
Hey, good morning, Dominique. How you doing?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Yep, I'm blessed too. Thankful to be here. Yep, got to say happy birthday to the late great Tupac Shakur. I was thinking about that video, that Home Turf video where you was interviewing him and DJ Fuse and my homeboy. Shout out to my homeboy. He was sitting on that second row right behind Pac and Money B on your Home Turf show back in the day.
Yes, indeed.
So that's what's up. Oh yeah, also my late dad's birthday is tomorrow too. So happy birthday to my pops.
Okay, happy birthday, Ron's dad. What's your dad's name?
His first name was Euless, last name Malone Jr.
Euless Malone Jr. What a great name. And happy heavenly birthday, sir. It's Gemini season, so, we are all up. We all going up because the Geminis.
Oh, yeah, Gemini, y'all running things.
Well, we were born to have mics in our hands. Let me just put it that way.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm not mad at that at all. Yeah, just want to say what's up, show some love to Pac, and once again, thank you for always taking my calls. I appreciate you. Shout out to Miles, the whole KBLA crew, and y'all be safe going out there to Africa.
We will. Kendrick Lamar's birthday is tomorrow. It's Gemini season,
shout out to
people. Yeah, indeed.
Happy birthday, Kendrick. Yeah, another one of my favorites, man. That's what's up.
Born to have a mic in our hands. Yes, indeed. We'll be safe. We'll be safe. The scary part is the border. Africa and America are both good. It's just getting in and out.
That's what's up.
Yes,
y'all
indeed.
Be safe.
Yes, we will. We are headed to Africa. Miles and myself and about 50 of our closest friends. We're headed to the motherland, and you can come with us virtually if you haven't got a ticket yet. We'll be posting pictures. We'll be broadcasting there from Nigeria. We'll be broadcasting from Benin, the Republic of Benin, and from Ghana. And so we are virtually bringing you with us, and glad about it. 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. That's the number. If you haven't been to Africa, you'll come with us. If you have been, you'll visit again with us. And it's something we do every year, KBLA Talk 1580, teaming up with African Focus Incorporated. It's a benefit for that nonprofit. And we do it every year. And that nonprofit's mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together and spread accurate information about the continent. So we'll be doing all of that. We got a messy Monday next. We're talking about your situationships and whatever else you got going on. That's next on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Alexandria Ikamoni with BIN News Now. The man accused of killing a Minnesota state lawmaker is in custody. Vance Bolter was captured alive after being spotted on a camera. He's accused of killing state lawmaker Melissa Hortman and her husband.
We are confident that the violence that he committed and the murders he committed and the attempted murders, that he conducted that activity alone. We will be exploring if there are any broader network. We have not uncovered any of that at this time, but that will be part of our investigation, and we will fully explore that.
He's also accused of shooting and wounding Democratic Senator John Hoffman and his wife. The prosecution may rest its case this week in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial. Prosecutors say they're likely to wrap up their case against him before Friday. People across the country will be celebrating Juneteenth throughout the week. Juneteenth is on June 19th. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Is this the dagger?